Hello, my name is Melrose. Welcome to Barbados. We know Barbados is a beautiful island in the Caribbean, and their government have put in a very clear and stringent protocol to deal with COVID-19 to protect its citizens. And I think they've done a superb job. You'll have to excuse all the noise. This is Barbados, I'm in the countryside. And what I want to do in this video is to go through some of the protocol that I experienced, and to let you know in advance if you are planning to come out to Barbados anytime soon. Okay, the first thing you need to do before you leave out, you need to get a PCR COVID-19 test. Now, this test must be done around 3 days before you leave, 72 hours to be precise. If it's done any longer, say for example, instead of 3 days, you did it 4 days, it will not be valid. So you take a PCR test, and it has to be official. Once you get the results, it's sent to you via an email. That's very important. The second thing you need to do, you need to go on to the Barbados website, and I'll put the link below, and you fill out your immigration card or your immigration form. Again, this is very important. On the immigration form, they will ask you for a copy of the PCR test. So what you do is you just screenshot it and upload it. You can't upload it as a PDF. You have to upload it as a JPEG or a GIF. So I just screenshot it and saved it as a GIF and then uploaded it. You must also have a picture of your passport page, and that needs to be uploaded as well. Once that's been processed, you will receive an email with a barcode. You need that barcode also to show when you get to the island as you go through immigration. So you fill out the immigration form online, and you have a valid PCR test, and that needs to be uploaded also, and it's on your phone. You will need to show that when you get off the plane and you're going through immigration. So that's what you need to do before you leave. One other thing, if you are hoping to quarantine at a hotel, you need to go to the Barbados website also and choose a hotel from their list of approved hotel facilities. This comes with its own separate protocol, which I'll talk about later. So that's before you leave. Guys, it goes without saying, if your PCR test comes back positive, you cannot travel to Barbados. It has to be a negative result in order for you to proceed with your plans to visit the island. So if it's negative, you're okay. If it's positive, you will have to rebook your holiday for a later day. I'm sorry, they will not let you on the island with a positive test. Hence the need for you to be tested before you leave. Okay, bon voyage. You travel to Barbados, you arrive here. There's two avenues that you will end up taking. Once you get off the plane, you are ushered through to the immigration. You will have to show your PCR test, and they want to see the date and the fact that it's negative. If everything's okay with your PCR test, you will then move on to the next stage. Everybody, once they get off the plane, they are given a wristband, and that wristband has to stay on your wrist until your quarantine period is over. If you take it off, I think there's a fine attached to it. So you keep that wristband on until you have cleared quarantine and you're free to go and enjoy your holiday at wherever your destination is on the island. Okay, so you are going through immigration, you show your PCR test. If everything is okay, you proceed through. If, however, there's an issue with your PCR test, in my case, my PCR test was 2 days out of date. And the reason for that was I booked my holiday for Thursday, and it was cancelled. The airline cancelled it and rescheduled it 2 days later. And I'd already taken the test on Monday, which would give me the 72 hours. I didn't want to pay again, to be honest. It was negative. I didn't want to pay again, so I thought I'd chance it. And in hindsight, it would have been better if I paid again. Okay, so there's 2 avenues. If your PCR test is okay, you go through to immigration. At immigration, you show... The dogs have suddenly started barking as I'm doing this. Never mind, we'll proceed on. So at immigration, you show your passport, as usual, and you show your barcode, which is your immigration card. And they will then process you and you go through. Now, you would have already booked your hotel and you would have already arranged your transportation to that hotel. There is a clear, strict protocol because let's just say you didn't want to go to quarantine. You could pretend that you've booked a hotel and try and get through and go about your business. No, there are very clear procedures. So once you've gone through your information regarding where you're staying, that is dealt with on a separate protocol. But I didn't experience that. So there's not much I can tell you on that side, but I can tell you that it's very stringent and you can't just walk out and say, I'm going to my hotel. You have to be taken using a specific courier service. Yeah? Okay, so the other route, if your PCR test has an issue, you have to be retested at the airport. I was ushered into a separate waiting area, filled out the necessary forms, and then I was given a nose swab. And then I was then ushered through to another waiting area where I was offered a meal, which was lovely, a drink, and it was air conditioned. I did have to wait a very, very long time though. I waited in about 6 hours, and then I was taken to a government facility. Now I could have chosen to go to a hotel, but I didn't because I didn't want to pay any more money. So I waited there along with a few other people for about 6 hours. And then we were taken to a government facility to be quarantined. It was in St. Lucie. It's called St. Lucie Hospital. And it was nice. It was more like a hostel type setup. I shared a room with a lovely lady, and they had like a communal toilet facility and shower area. Well, that was fine. They had Wi-Fi, which was okay. It wasn't brilliant, but it was okay. I was able to do what I needed to do. The nursing staff was superb, honestly, absolutely superb. The condition of the hostel was immaculate, absolutely spotless. They had a team of cleaners and maintenance people that kept the grounds lovely and kept the facility clean and hygienic. Very, very impressed with that. So once we arrived there and settled in, I was told that I have to wait for the result of the test I had at the airport, which would take up to 3 days. And then I would have to wait a total of 5 days to be retested again. And if the test come back negative, and I knew it would, I was free to go. 6 days is a long time to be in quarantine, and you have to go with the mindset, I have got to entertain myself. What I found was a lot of people who were hoping to leave after 3 days got very frustrated, and in some instances they took it out, I felt, on the nursing staff, which was totally unfair because it's beyond their control. So there was a lot of that kind of energy where people were frustrated. So I tended to keep myself to myself. I'm okay, I can entertain myself. I read, I exercise, I watch my YouTube videos, I watch Netflix. I was able to keep myself amused. So that was fine. But for some people, they found the restrictions of being in quarantine very stressful, and some of them were too vocal in expressing their frustrations. Okay, the food was fine. I enjoyed the lunch. The lunch was lovely. It tended to be things like rice and chicken and salad. I think I had this thing called cuckoo, sardines, mackerel. It was mostly chicken and rice. Absolutely delicious. I loved it. The breakfast and the snack, it wasn't really my cup of tea, but I tend not to have breakfast, and I tend not to snack if I can possibly help it. And besides, I brought my own little snacks, which and there's something you need to have. Bring your own little snacks, packs of crisp French bits of chocolate. It's just stuff just to keep you contented, a little bit of chocolate here and there. There was plenty of water. We were kept hydrated. Again, I need to repeat, the nurses were superb, friendly, supportive, absolutely superb. So after 5 days, I was retested again with the nose swab, and I was told it would take up to 2 days to get the results back. The results came in. I landed on the island on Saturday, went to the facility the same day, retested on the Thursday, got the results on the Friday. So it's quite a long time to be in quarantine. So if you were going to be here for less than 3 weeks, I really don't think it's worth the trip. I did, however, hear some people who had the PCR test done and it was okay, only needed to quarantine for 3 days. So it'd be interesting to see if that's true. If that's the case, could you comment down below so I can be able to share that information with others. So I am now out of quarantine. I'm in my place. And it's great. So what I'm going to do over the next couple of videos is to show you why I'm here on Barbados, as well as enjoying the sunshine. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions about quarantining here in Barbados, please let me know. If you found this useful, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye.